Hello and welcome to the Cornhusker Cooldown. My name is Patrick Patio.
My name's Joe Mojojoe.
And we are here for episode 10.
Back in the studio.
We're back here. We no longer have Finn and Preston with us. So,
yeah, it was a fire episode. If you haven't watched it.
Yeah,
I know Z loved it. So.
Yeah, definitely go back and check it out. But thank you guys for being here because we have some games to discuss because there were a lot of games between then and now.
Last week we had 3 games. First we went against SCSMT, the Hard Rockers. Was a very rough start, I will say. So
yeah, not our best look. There were a lot of things that definitely seemed to go very wrong very quickly after maybe 10-ish minutes, I'd say.
Yeah, it's been a while since I watched the game, but you know, we did okay mid lane. Got a big lead top lane, 60 CS. I think had a kill lead.
Darius is,
but
like, do that.
The rest of the map was just like, we weren't doing that well. The SGSMT's mid jungle, who we expected would carry if they won, did carry on the Vex Viego picks. Look for those picks before team fights or during team fights, and I mean they played their comp pretty well. The Caitlyn was kind of like 8-1 on paper, but also wasn't very useful.
Yeah, it was really just the Vex kind of walking around.
I would say the Cho'Gath Braum were useful as well, though like Cho'Gath just took a while to recover.
Yeah. I mean 6-2 after being so far down. That's a pretty good job from Tsao to like make sure that he actually like neutralized it as much as he can, considering he was 60 CS down. Yeah.
But game 1 was more frustrating in the idea that when we did fall behind, it felt like we never had a chance after that. Yeah, we were just farming it out. I remember this one time in SSP had Baron, and all 3 lanes were getting pushed, and like no one died on SSMT. Like I feel like there should be an opening. I think they essentially did like a 2-2-1. So I feel like there was an option, especially when you have like Ashe, Ari, Nautilus, to at least hit something.
You have a lot of go buttons. You have a lot of ways to force a play to happen, whether or not it's a good play. You definitely need, when you're behind, you need a play to exist. So definitely was a little rough, but I definitely think game 2 was a little bit more rough compared to game 1.
Yeah, I would say it was rough in the idea that like, there was only one real way that we could win, and it didn't feel like we played through that, and we kind of fell behind on that one way, which was Twitch plus 4 tanks, essentially. Yeah. So when the Twitch didn't get ahead into the Jinx Leona, and we just kind of had no damage. I mean, I'm trying to remember who exactly it was, but it was like Victor or someone got hit by, let's see, it was Sejuani ult, Pantheon ult, Galio ult.
You're thinking of it wasn't Victor, I don't think. Wasn't it Leona?
It might have been Leona.
It was Leona, and then got the Ivern shields, had redemption on them.
Yeah, like all of the ults came out, all the cooldowns, nothing was spared, and this Leona kind of like walks out with 60% HP. Yep. And there was a time where I remember specifically on Victor. There was another time where it was just like
on mid lane.
There was a mid lane. Yeah, Ornn ult, Galio ult, Pantheon ult, all this like stuff going on to Victor.
He threw the whole kitchen at them.
And then the Victor still walks away, essentially with like 3 kills plus assists. Yeah. With like 75% HP.
Yeah.
So
game definitely ran away from us whenever Twitch didn't get ahead.
Yeah, Twitch needed to get ahead, needed to essentially one-shot Jinx and Victor every fight to have a chance.
Yeah. And I mean, in lane it was even.
Yeah, it was fine.
For the Twitch, it definitely wasn't losing.
Yeah, I mean, in lane, Twitch like shouldn't be able to, in theory, just kill the Jinx because he does need that R, does need a finder, like a little bit of a surprise. Yeah. But you know, nothing really happened. That was pretty good at that game.
Yeah, it was definitely not one of our best looks. I would say it was. I mean, I think just it caused a lot of things to happen. Definitely a lot of stuff, and I guess now's a great time to talk about it, is the fact that you are now the varsity jungler.
Me.
So I kind of want to ask you some questions on that.
Of course. I mean, do we want to go over the games or do we not?
I mean, I think the team is a little bit different from SDSMT to DSU, and NDSU JV. So I just kind of want to talk about what that process was, because it went from that game, and then we had a game the next day.
Yep.
Where you end up playing against DSU. What was that process? How did that go?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, after watching the games, it's not very good. And we are looking to make LAN. We've always made LAN every time we've played in CCL. We've always qualified. And most of the time I think, like, our worst result, third place, essentially. So, been looking at the team. And STSNT is one of the teams that I feel like we should be beating consistently. We have in the past. They've gotten better. But also, they still have very weak points that I think we should be exploiting, and didn't happen that series. So I talked with the coaching staff and a few of the players on the team, and then we made the decision that the worst thing that could happen is sort of what we're expecting to happen at this point, which is we don't make LAN.
Right.
And one of the biggest driving points of that, it was communication and just like planning. There was a big idea that right now our varsity team sort of just like wins because they're better at the game, as opposed to like actually playing out macro, actually having a plans around objectives and communicating wave states and all this stuff that you expect of a team from UNL. So we thought it could at least bring a spark that would have people talking, have people at least give us a better chance of the games in the future, even if I'm not a jungler by trade. So.
Right. Yeah, and we definitely made a splash, and we went 0-2 again.
Game 1 specifically was rough. Melmo showed us how to play Twitch. We won 16-3.
Yeah, he definitely popped off on the Twitch.
Yeah, but first game of playing jungle really was a little rough. We tried to play bot side with the Ashe, and Nautilus lane didn't work out in a super favor. I do think there are many years of playing in CCL and watching CCL. Braum is just the CCL like goat.
It somehow Braum always seems to win games every single time. Yeah. Maybe we just need to pick Braum. Carl, you watching?
We have been picking Braum at scrims at least.
We're gonna start picking Braum.
But
don't ban him.
it's fearless, so only one team gets him now. But overall, we made some bad plays here and there. Fell behind. Wasn't the best game. Melmo was able to run us over eventually. Had some good looks on the plays, but there was some good plays that might have worked if we weren't like
a
10K behind.
Yeah, 10K gold behind and a 1-day-old team.
Yeah, but I think game 2 actually went a lot better.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I think the Hui was really popping off. Chet was doing phenomenal.
I think the Varus did the most damage, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, could be. I mean, I would expect that out of Kelpo. I mean, Preston's. And when you have a Blitzcrank on your team, that isolation's going to be pretty good.
I'm not a big Blitzcrank fan. There were some bad mishooks in fights that could have changed it.
There were some really good hooks, though.
There were some good hooks, but overall, I know that Blitzcrank is like a enchanter counter because it's a super easy force that isn't committal, but I've not been a fan of it over the past few years when we've been picking it. It has the games where it works, but
I think this was definitely a time where the games could have worked. The game just went on super long.
Yeah, and Center, our coach, says we should win front to backs, but also Azir, Sivir, I mean, it's hard to lock them down. They do a lot of damage.
You got Scion in the front.
Yeah, so in reality, the way it had to have gone is Sivir or Azir at least had to die first, essentially.
Someone had to get hooked. Someone important had to get hooked.
Yeah, it was just hard.
It definitely went really late, but it definitely showed a lot of life, especially whenever we consider that DSU is what we assume to be basically the best team.
Yeah, they're
in the league right now.
The favorites to win at this point.
Yeah, which we'll get more into that. But moving on to the next game, NDSU JV, also 0-2. Wasn't a great
game 1
for you.
We all we picked Twitch again, which into the jinx. It did fine, but at the end of the day, I don't want to say mid-diff, but, we did get, like, solo code 4 times.
It was a little rough. Actually, I wanted to ask a question on the Twitch, because obviously now you're in the comms.
Mm-hmm.
You're actually on the team. What is the thought process? Because it seems, obviously it's one of Preston's older.
Do you want to know the matchup? Because there's a reason why Twitch is picked into Jinx.
Sure, yeah. Enlighten us on why
So,
Twitch.
So you imagine if you're playing Jinx and you walk into mid wave, right? And then Twitch
mid-wave.
pops out of stealth and throws W and presses ult, right? Is there any way you win?
No, I'm just sad now.
You die.
Yep.
Or you flash. And there's not really a...
Or you hope you have a Milio standing right next to you.
Even then, the Milio, if Twitch has 4 items, or... Yeah, the Milio and Jinx might die at that point.
Yeah.
The idea is you kind of play it like an assassin in a way where you kind of just kill Jinx before she can do anything. Gotcha. And yeah, I mean, he's also a pretty good team fighter, especially when you get to those 4 or 5 items where he has the Runons plus IE stuff. Mm-hmm. So
mainly just used as a Jinx answer.
It's a Jinx answer, though I think we just haven't had the games where it looks good, though. Like in a solo queue game, somebody picks Jinx to me. Twitch is a pick I would consider at least.
Gotcha.
Obviously, the biggest downside to it is it's kind of a feast or famine thing, where it's like you have to go for a lot of those cheese kills and get the snowball if you really want to carry a game. But at the end of the day, he's one of the better team fighting AD carries. So.
Gotcha. But yeah, as you said, the game didn't go too hot. I mean, Stolen Soul and did 11
really
and 1.
I think there was a few good plays here and there. We find some VIRs from the side lanes, but didn't go our way. Renekton being very useless, even though he won the game anyway. So there is that. But game 2, we all know what happened in comms. I mean, when we go over games after, we kind of knew.
We don't all know what happened in comms, but.
Well, I mean, if you watch the game, you kind of know what, like, at the end of the day, the level 4 gank bot lane lost us the game.
Yeah, it was a tragedy.
Yeah, a series of unfortunate events.
Yeah.
But, I mean, looking at it, Ben definitely did walk up too much, and, I mean, before I even engaged, it's 200 HP. Yep. So that is obviously very rough. And then we didn't have a very clear target. Obviously, myself and Ben on the Rel, I was on the Jarvan, very much should have been hitting Seraphine, but then Preston on the Misfortune is like next to Ashe, so he's hitting her. So that doesn't really work out. And then Ben tries to switch targets, flash Qs, misses, Ws, Ashe flashes it, kills Ben. And now I'm like running, and essentially it's just a 2v2, and I missed my EQ flash. And even when we went over it, if I hit the EQ flash, maybe at best it's like a 1 for 2, but either way, it was the way it went out. We lost the game.
Ideally, you don't want a 3v2 to end up 0 for 3.
Yes, as a triple kill for Ashe.
Yeah, because they immediately got Feats of Warfare. They immediately have a very large advantage.
And it's not like we have a super winning top matchup either. So.
Right. Yeah. Garen and Deshen, still I mean, it's a decent matchup.
Yeah, I mean, Garen's not going to win it. He outscales, but like especially early, Shen's damage is very sneaky, I'd say.
Yeah.
He doesn't. Does he have Ignite? No, he doesn't.
No, he does not.
But you gotta watch out for Shen solo killing you.
Yeah.
But
how are you feeling about the team after obviously this past week?
So yeah, we've had a week of scrims.
Yeah.
It's gotten better over time. I've gotten coaching from our former varsity jungler Jerry, and then obviously Sinner. Both have given me a lot of good information. We've narrowed down champ pool to gotten rid of like the Wukong, Amumu, going towards more Vi, more Sejuani, Jarvan, then like a Lilia as an option as well. And yeah, I think it's gotten better. We had a really, really good scrim last night. I mean, I went like 7-0 and 11, I think. And then, yeah, we had multiple good games. Been playing ranked. I had a bit of a losing streak, but also, yeah, I mean, if you look at the games, it's like, it's not even just me griefing, it's everyone griefing.
Yeah.
So.
And how confident are you about, I mean, obviously we're going to get into predictions later. We're not there yet. but about the team's cohesion. It's a very young team. Obviously, now you're stepping in as the veteran. Isaac was previously the only veteran on that team.
It's definitely because definitely gotten a lot better. I think Isaac and I have good synergy. I think like in the scrims we have played topside, it went pretty well, and just overall playing with them feels pretty good when we're not super far behind, which does happen sometimes. But
yeah,
it's been getting better slowly but surely. I think my biggest issue is like myself and Chet don't have he doesn't talk a ton, which is fine. I mean, Alex didn't talk a ton; he was a really good mid laner. But sometimes it feels hard to gank mid lane, especially sometimes with this champion pool into others. But I mean, I've had success playing for Isaac and Preston at this point in both side lanes. Gotten better at making sure my clear is better into objectives, and us setting up for objectives is better. And then the biggest thing that we've done for improving is mid game, where if I'm playing Vi, like I'm running somewhere and I'm ulting someone. So
you gotta press the R button.
Oh yeah, it's very hard. But I just think we've gotten a lot better. I'm really encouraged by the last scrim, just because we pretty much dominated University of South Carolina.
Ooh.
Yeah. Then we play another scrim tomorrow night, so hopefully that momentum will carry. But I think this is a good time to mention Ben.
Yes.
So Ben will not be playing for the rest of the season. He has some health issues, so he's decided to take a break. And obviously, good luck to him. Hopefully, he's able to recover soon. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I mean, it's just unfortunate, but we have Noah stepping up from the JV team, and he did play last night in that scrim I'm talking about. So yeah, I think we're gonna be okay, though there's gonna be some hurts. So
yeah, definitely. We already had quite a large roster shift. We're now going to have another quite a large roster shift. Will be exciting to see what happens. But I think before we get to that, I think we do need to go to our mini game.
Minigame.
No J Cam.
Yeah, J game. This is the J.
No J Cam.
No J Cam.
You just have to watch us the whole time while we're just staring.
Yes.
Yeah, you're staring at me. This minigame this week is Jeopardy, in a sense. I will be giving you a prompt. There is an answer to it. There's a single answer to all of these.
Okay, so when you say prompt, is it like...
You're giving us the answer, we're asking the question?
So it's like, I answer, who is Faker, or whatever,
yeah.
Right? Okay.
That is your answer. It's who is blank.
Or what is. Or
or what is.
What is, or when is, or...
Yeah.
When is?
Yeah.
You guys each have a answer, so just like Jeopardy.
Okay. You only get one?
Yeah, so once you buzz in, you buzz in. Which buzzing in...
Buzzing is raising my hand.
Is raising your hand as high as you can.
I can't smack my mic?
No. Or I'm gonna smack you, Patrick.
No.
Okay, here we go.
If I raise my hand higher than Patrick,
no,
I
that's
give him
not
priority.
That's not fair. No, I'll stand up. That won't matter.
Okay, ready? Here's question 1. I'm a former Team Liquid player. I've gone to Worlds recently, and I have gone to 3 different regions, and I play Renekton. Yes, Joe.
Who is Summit?
You are correct. This is Summit.
Say that. Okay.
The score is currently 1-0,
Wait,
Patrick.
what's the overall score? We have.
Oh, the overall score is 5-2.
Ooh.
5-2.
Ooh.
But
we're almost getting to the end, Patrick.
It's going to be 3-5. It's going to be 3-5. It's not
We're
over
almost
till
at
it's
the
over.
end. I want to ask.
No, hold on. You can ask later.
How
focus on
much
this
do you
minigame.
like milk?
Okay.
But currently the score is 1-0
I'm not listening anymore.
mojojoe.
I'm focused in. I'm zeroed in.
I am pink and shaped like something inside you. I affect the mid lane and everywhere else on the map. Yes, Joe.
What is R-E? R-E-E. Or like her charm.
Yes, that is correct.
Ooh.
That is Ari's charm.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a good one, actually.
That's pretty good.
Shaped
that
like
is-
something inside of you.
Yeah.
No, that's not what a heart looks like.
Well,
No, but yeah, I get
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, we all know, Patrick. You are currently down 2-0,
Yeah.
Patrick.
Yeah. Okay.
But we have 3 more questions, so you can catch up. I live in the space called Vandal City, and I'm always trying to help somebody pushes me aside to watch a rock. Yes, Patrick.
Who is Lulu?
That is correct. That is Lulu.
Yeah, the one cinematic with
Oh,
Tristana
yeah,
and
yeah.
Corky. They're like, watch this rock, and then she just comes back. This rock has been doing nothing all day.
Yeah.
I remember that one. Yeah.
That's a
And
good
turns
one.
graves into
Yeah.
a gromp.
Yeah.
I am big pride within the Runeterra universe. Me and my partner represent opposite sides of an aspect of the normal part of our schedules. I am colder. Yes, Joe.
Who is Varus?
No.
Hey, it is. I am colder, and it is. I am big pride. Within my partner represents opposite sides of an aspect.
No.
Part of our
I noticed.
I don't think that's. I don't think I'm doing this one right. But
Yes, Patrick.
who is Kale?
This is wrong. Well, Joe, you already used your answer,
Who's
but
Diana?
this is
Oh,
Diana.
I was like his
What is
aspect wasn't right.
What is the normal aspect of our schedules? The day and
Oh, that's what that was referencing. I couldn't figure that part out.
I got it so
Always-
if you go back to it, I don't know if you can.
Yeah.
Pride,
yes.
aspect, and colder. Yeah.
Yeah. No. I got
So-
that now. Yeah.
The current score
I-
is
Yeah.
2-1.
2-1.
Yeah.
Okay, I can tie it up.
You could tie it up.
I can tie it up.
I have died in arcade in a meaningful way to break our protagonist, and I have come back while people were high and experiencing different universes. Yes,
Who
Patrick.
is Silco?
No.
Who is Heimerdinger?
No.
Ooh.
Well,
Okay, hold on. Can we think about it?
Yes, you could think about it.
Okay.
We'll give you for this one. I'll give you one more guess each, because this one technically could have different answers, but
in a meaningful way to break our protagonist.
yes.
Who is Isha?
Nope.
No. Okay.
And we're high. Is this a this? Died in arcade in a meaningful way to break our protagonist
Patrick needs to get the. You need to get this right.
and have come back while people
Oh wait.
high in
Oh, yeah, I see what I'm wrong. Yeah.
different universes. To break our protagonists. Died in a meaningful way to break our protagonist.
I'm trying to remember the name, but I know who it is.
It's. I can't think. I can't think that it's Vander because technically he's not dead.
Remember the
still.
name. Oh, I remember. Yeah, I remember.
It's not.
This character is dead though.
Yeah, this character's dead.
I know.
Well,
Dead in
yeah.
the main universe.
Yes, this
But
character
alive in,
this character is alive in another universe, but dead in the main one.
It's not Silco.
Well, Joe, you have to wait until Patrick guesses.
Give me a second. Give me a
I know.
second.
Give him a timer at least.
Okay, I will put a timer, Patrick, because you are taking
Is it?
light years.
I'm assuming it's not Milo or Clagger. Then to break our protagonist, and I doubt it's that one kid.
You have 30 seconds,
That,
Patrick.
Yeah, it's not that guy. It's not that guy.
Kid?
The guy who first got time to release the monster. That kid. Oh no.
Oh yeah, the thug guy.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
No, it's not
4,
that guy.
3, 2,
No.
1.
No.
Is it just Milo and Clagger, right?
The answer is Clagger.
Yeah.
Oh, I was
Because
Technically, Milo-
They came back during the universe.
Yes.
right. No, I remember that.
Who's Echo's like mentor essentially? It could be him as well, I think.
It could have been him, but
Ooh,
I was thinking of Clagger specifically because of he was the first one to die.
Yeah.
which breaks
the high
them.
part of the reference?
When Echo, Jason, Heimerdinger go into
the alternate universes.
yeah, the meme is they're high going in.
What? Oh, because like
Yes.
they keep like.
Yeah, they
Trip-
keep
yeah,
they
yeah,
keep
yeah.
tripping.
Gotcha.
So,
Okay. I'm with it now.
but Patrick, sorry, you're down 6 points.
6-2.
6-2, so you're
I'm
down 4
points.
I'm
Down 4.
We
but-
can switch things up to make it so I can come back, right? Right, guys?
Hopefully, but
Okay, so milk run. I think we've landed
Oh.
on milk run at this point.
It seems to be a lot. I mean, feel free to put in the comments if you have a better solution. I can think of a lot of things that are better.
If we may ask, is there any milk you want to do?
What do you mean? Is there milk that
strawberry
I want
milk,
to do?
chocolate milk.
Yeah, is there
That's
like
Do you want homemade chocolate milk?
2% or like
Homemade
a
chocolate
skim?
milk sounds bad.
No, because we would use the whole bottle for each cup.
Oh, I'm thinking of like from scratch. I don't know why I thought that's where that was not.
It'd be very
just like-
sugary, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
You want strawberry milk? We could try to figure out how to make other types of fruit milk.
We can have people vote on
Melon milk.
it. What?
Melon milk, coconut milk.
Coconut milk? We could get coconut milk. We could also do...
I don't know.
See, Patrick, the worst thing is that you're losing in this, and you're also losing in another thing. LTA Fantasy.
Oh, true.
Okay. Okay.
And-
It was week 1.
And we bring this up.
used to it.
We bring this up because you should join our LTA Fantasy.
It's in the announcements.
It's in the
Announcements.
announcements.
And it's gonna be in the comments, or not in the comments, in the description. We're gonna put it in the. We're gonna
It could
put
be in a pinned comment, perhaps. Actually, you can't comment links, I think.
No, we can just put it
You
in
can
the
put in the
description.
description, yeah.
It's in the description.
But currently Patrick's last.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah, I'm not doing
So,
great right now.
I remember, do you remember your 2 teams for last week?
Well, it's just one team.
Well, your 2 teams.
Oh yeah, I remember my team. It was.
You want to like quickly go over it, I
Oh
suppose?
gosh, it's 4 NA players. and-
Okay, so I know my team.
Wait, you have Shinny, right?
Oh, yeah,
Because I have Shinny as well.
He did not do
He
great.
didn't do great. I thought he would be loud,
I had
jungler.
Gon, I had Bucio, I had Quid,
You'd quit.
I think so, and then I had.
Did you have Quid? Quid did really well, I thought, right?
No, I had Cloud9's mid laner,
You had Loki.
Loki?
Loki, and then I had Sniper.
So mine, because I have to represent for first week,
That was so
we
funny.
had Thanatos, Blabber, Loki, okay? And then, just because I did all 3 of those, I was low in points.
Yep.
And
who did you
I also had Core JJ. But we had to go the NA GOAT in bot lane, Scary Jerry, who put up numbers for what we believe in him. He put up 14 points, which is more
That is.
than some top laners and junglers.
Yeah. So, I remember you talking about how you were going to look at LTA South and
Yeah.
try to find players. You didn't, essentially.
I got Shinny.
Yeah, I did Shinny as well. I thought Loud would be better. They went 0-2.
Yeah,
And
I
then,
thought they were gonna do better.
I mean, I'll start with my I only had 2 NA players. I had 3 LTA, or Brazilian players, essentially. And I had Quad and Bucio, the FlyQuest goats. They carried me pretty hard, but top lane I had Bertle, a Korean top laner on Isurus, who was the #1 team in Brazil last split, and then lost both their games.
Of course. Of course.
He was making fun of me for having Bertle. He was like, "Oh, he's a bad top laner." But over here, like, yeah, Scary Jerry is like the worst NA player in history.
Hey, Scary Jerry.
In NA professional tier 1 player,
Really?
like relative to the current time, probably.
I can think of a notable
Who is it? Who are you thinking of?
player that also came from the collegiate scene that did worse
No,
in relation to where he was at the time.
Sorry.
no. I can't remember. Niles.
Yeah, he had a
Niles
really
was
rough,
rough.
He had a really rough open. Like,
But,
I think if he went through the pipe, like if they didn't shove him straight into pro, he would have been in pro right now and like been doing great. But yeah, they.
Well, you know,
put him
there's a reason why Scary Jerry's been stuck in college and academy for years. So,
He put up 14 points. I'm proud.
but I will say my carry, from Furia is IU, the 80 carry. Had the best CS per minute and KDA, I believe, of LTA Southwest, but it was very cheap. I'm very surprised. So, shout out my boy. I'm becoming a Furia fan now. So,
Okay.
Wow.
yeah,
So
Acerus and Furia. I think my two favorite LTA South teams right now.
I've already locked in week 2, but I've cooked. I have.
Oh yeah, you
Cooked.
have cooked.
Okay.
I haven't heard it yet.
So we're keeping Thanatos. Okay.
Thanatos is staying.
We have to keep Thanatos just for budget reasons. For budget
Yeah.
reasons.
There was a point where you had 5 LTA South players. Right?
Yeah. Yes. There was a time where I had 5 LTA South players, or I was gonna put 5 LTA South players. But money. I am actually. You start with 50,
Start with 50.
but I only had 47 to use.
I also only have 57.
Well, you only have. Wait, so do I have 51.6 to use?
You might have more points.
I have 51.6 if I remember.
Yeah. So with that.
My juggler.
With Thanatos, and then we dropped everybody else.
You did do that.
So
Okay.
Oh yeah, you did drop Scary Jerry. There was a point where you had Scary Jerry still.
yeah,
Why?
money reasons.
Money.
Most of these.
Wait,
He was too
downgraded?
expensive.
No, I went up.
Okay,
So we got
Scary Jerry.
we got Audieland, the
Leon.
the Lions jungler. Okay.
Also,
Ki-
Lion.
yeah.
Their support, Leon's. Hilarious name.
We have Kisei from
Vivo.
Vivo Keystars.
Yeah.
We have Masu. See, I upgraded. So Masu,
Foster's a good one.
and then then I got Redbird
You got Redbird so.
because he's the best, cheapest support.
Yeah, I think I'm chilling. Honestly, I probably don't even need my top jungle.
Hey, I'm gonna
But,
cook. I'm gonna cook. Trust.
Yeah, Quad and
Trust.
Busio and IU carried me because my top jungle did not have the greatest 2 games.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think I would have gone positive if Shinny had a better.
Yeah.
Because-
Also, picking champions is a lot for you because I got Busio's Rel. And that was a good game for him. So.
Yeah. No, I had one from all 4 of the top 4 teams, and because they were all playing each other, I was thinking about it. I was trying to figure out a way to get around it, but I was like, they're gonna cancel each other out probably, in terms of they're gonna all be even. So it's just gonna be all on this jungler guy.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great. He's gonna do well, and then I'm gonna go slightly above even, and we're gonna get extra. No, he didn't. It was a little rough. But
Yeah.
Do you know what champions you picked?
I could
Probably not the
tell.
correct
I could tell
ones.
you. So
I-
Patrick, you
gosh.
had Sniper on Gnar.
Ew.
that's a good guess for Sniper.
Sniper did not
Okay,
play
I
Gnar.
should not have guessed Riven. That is not a good guess. It
true.
might have been more accurate, but not a good one.
For Shinny, you guessed Sejuani.
Yeah, I
I
didn't know.
put Wukong for Shinny because that seems like a dog champion who. But now I put him on Vi this week for the record.
Loki, you put Ari.
Okay. Yeah.
Yon, you put Lucian.
I felt bad about that one.
Ooh.
I felt bad about that one.
Yeah,
I
that's
couldn't think of a
too
better.
situational.
And
I couldn't
then
think of a better one.
Busio, you put Nautilus.
Okay. I mean, I had Birtle on Rumble, and then it was the Wukong Shinny, and then Quad on Azir, and then IU, I'm sorry, on Ashe, and then I had Rel on Busio. But now I switched from Ashe to Varus, and then I did Wukong to Vi, and that's all I really changed. I think Azir seems like a pick that he will eventually play, right? But
I don't know.
we have been on fantasy for a while now.
Yeah.
We have been on fantasy for a while.
And so we're gonna go from those results to CCL results next, because we did have other games in this, and these were very interesting. It does switch up kind of what happens.
Yeah, so NDSU JV 2-0 USD'd.
No surprise there.
And then NDSU 2-0 Augustana.
No surprise there.
But then STSMT 2-1 versus ISU with the asterisk that ISU
ISU
FF'd the third game.
Yeah. But still very impressed. So this was the first
This is the first time
real
ISU actually
bloods-
dropped
Yeah, actually dropped a game.
a game.
And so they obviously they forfeited versus USD.
Yes.
Did we talk about that last week? I don't think so.
No.
Even if we did or did not, ISU forfeited against USD, which is the lowest ranked team. Then they play against SDSMT. They win the first game, lose the second game in a pretty spectacular fashion.
I don't remember it very well.
What's in my trunk popped off.
Oh, he was on Victor. I do know that.
And he was crazy. And then ISU FF'd, and then they dropped out of playoffs.
Yeah, they said they couldn't attend LAN specifically.
Yeah.
I'm sure if they was online, they'd be here, which is a bit odd. Because I looked at it from Ames, Iowa. It's about a little under 5 hours, like 4 hours and 45 minutes, 50 minutes, which is roughly how long we drive, and it's shorter than the SDSMT drive.
Yeah.
Speculation is that like the players just can't go for whatever reason, and it's more than just like can't get work off or whatever.
Yeah. It is very concerning when this happens 2 semesters in a row, though.
Yeah, I would say in the future, if ISU says they can't make it again in a 3rd semester in a row, then they probably shouldn't be playing.
Yeah. Like they're great players.
Yeah, they're very good. They were the best team.
We want them. I mean, obviously, I think they deserve to be at LAN.
Well, yeah, they would make LAN.
They would they'd have to win more game, but they're gonna win.
Yeah, they if it went as it should, they would be playing against USD.
Hey, they lost 0-2 to USD.
Oh yeah, sure. But yeah, ISU should be in the finals, pretty much guaranteed. Yeah. And it's a little sad that we can't see like a DSU ISU finals in person.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, that would definitely be really exciting, but very unfortunate.
Jay?
Hear me out. Okay, you know what was in his trunk?
Well,
bodies. Because he was slaying while
I'm
playing.
pretty sure that's just the reference that he's making anyway.
This feels very much like the, you know why they call him patio? That's what that just felt like.
Yeah, that is.
What? We're gonna like throw it to rankings in a second. You know why they call him what's in my trunk? But we're gonna go to rankings first.
I made the decision that we're going to include ISU this week, and they're first.
They're first, yeah. I mean, yeah, definitely. Still, even though they dropped the game versus SDSMT.
Yeah. Let's call this this is the final power rankings because playoffs is next week on Monday. So yeah, we can go down each one. I don't know if we need to talk about everyone's seasons yet, but go over a little bit ideas of what we expect. So, ISU was the best team all split and won't be going.
Yeah.
Unfortunate, as we just said. So.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we definitely want to see them do something. So, hopefully they can resolve whatever issue happened 2 semesters in a row. Because if they can maintain what they have, we'd like to see them at CCL LAN.
It'd be interesting to see if they switch some players and then they can go, because then it would be definitely something player related. But if they do switch players and they still can't go,
because I think, if I'm remembering correct, last semester was not a player issue. From what I heard, it was an administrative issue. From what I remember,
I'd have to look. I don't think I was told.
Yeah, that's kind of just speculation. Or
I'd have to look at the announcements.
He's thinking too hard.
But second place.
Second place was
both of us had DSU.
DSU, and the way the seeding's working now is everyone is essentially moving up a seed and ISU's dropped. So DSU's first seed, and they are technically number 1 in power rankings as well.
Yep.
They are the favorites to win. They can beat anyone below them, and they can. I mean, they put up good fights against ISU when they play them. They can beat them sometimes. So.
Yeah. And I mean, they did beat them in CCL.
So.
They did the very classic DSU thing where they look really rough. They make us stout at the start of the split, and then they just ramp it up towards the end, and somehow always end up towards the top of the power rankings. We should probably start learning our lessons for that one.
Yeah, I think it's fair though.
I think it is too, but like it'd be nice one of these days where it's like, okay, I know they're looking bad, but like we know what they're gonna, just having that prediction.
Yeah, maybe being a little bit less down of them towards the beginning might be the way we do it in the future. But
maybe.
Third place, I have
maybe
NDSU.
That's the fuel. Maybe that's what makes you guys good. It's probably.
Yeah, it's just us.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, make my head bigger. It's us. We're the difference makers.
Third place is NDSU for me. You have SDSMT.
I have SDSMT mainly because of that win versus ISU.
And just their mid-jungle in general.
Mid-jungle is phenomenal. If they can get that to work, they do look phenomenal.
Yeah, I think they're definitely the most volatile team because, I mean, they could probably lose to us if we're playing well.
Yeah.
And their mid-jungle is not on the top of their game.
I think they have a chance to lose versus us, and they have a chance to win versus DSU.
Yes, I would agree with that.
So they definitely have the most variance out of everyone on this on these rankings.
But I just have them switched. I would say if I were to bet money between NDSU and SUSMT, I would bet NDSU, and that's why I kind of have them above them because overall it's just a lot more consistent across the board. And I mean NDSU's mid jungle by all means is not shabby at all, and they can put up a good fight against them. So
yeah,
there is that. NDSU though, yeah. Do we want to talk a little bit about them?
Varsity, I'm assuming.
Yeah, varsity.
Yeah, I mean, they've been very, I mean, like you said, very consistent.
Yes.
They've always looked very good, and they have they've just maintained that this year. I don't think we've seen a little bit more from them. They're not the same exact in terms of they were just super slow last year, and they would just eventually win after 50 minutes. But now it seems like they can actually.
Yeah, they do have a different top laner. I think that might contribute a little bit to it, but I do know he still plays those tanks every once in a while. So
yeah,
they still play that scaling style a ton, but now they do have a little bit more aggressive picks in there.
Yeah, a little bit more proactivity in their gameplay as well and their plans, which definitely makes it more exciting. It doesn't mean that we just wait for a while and then you start counting them out and then they eventually come back. It does make for more exciting games, and then they have the individual skill to back it up.
Yes.
So it's nice to see them kind of add that to their repertoire, I guess, which actually is a great segue into the next one that we have.
NDSU JV.
NDSU JV.
I mean, just kind of like their varsity team. They're just like solid all around. No real bad part of their team. Their support is the lowest ranked player, but I mean, they have fine picks. They don't grief the game, so they're doing pretty well.
Yeah, and obviously, I think the star player on that team, mid laner, Stolen Soul.
Definitely.
Great player. Very good in lane. And that's not just because of what happened in this last series.
No,
but I think
it is influencing your opinion.
It is definitely not it's not a non-factor. It's
not the only factor.
It's not the only factor as well. Yeah. So he's just looked very good. All split long. Even putting up numbers against NDSU varsity whenever they won, when they
varsity,
lost 1-2.
Yeah, varsity 1-2-1. So.
Yes. So.
But sixth place, we both have us.
Yeah.
And it's completely fair, yeah. Haven't beaten any of the teams above us.
Nope.
Beat the two teams below us. And I think the most unfortunate thing is that obviously the drop off from last semester. We expected a bit, but we didn't expect this much.
Yep.
But I think the actual unfortunate thing is like there hasn't been really a single good series that we've played. Like I'd say entertaining wise, specifically, because every team above us we kind of lost pretty handily to, and every team below us we beat handily.
Yeah.
So
we got at least one more series.
Yes.
To make that happen.
We'll talk about it a little bit, but
we'll get to that in a second. Rounding off. I don't think we need to.
Augustana, USD, they've been the same.
We love you guys.
They've been the same every single time.
It's great. We love them.
But before we go, actually, I have our original power rankings from week one. Now it's the end of the season.
Let's see who was the most correct. I wonder.
So I will say, NDSU JV was DSU Blue at the beginning, and we didn't know the roster, so kind of cut them out. I think both of us would put Augustana above USD but below SUSMT.
Yep.
So do that. But I think you had it right with ISU.
Yeah, I was.
I think I was a little bit afraid to put ISU number one because of their
inconsistencies from last season. Yeah.
NDSU was keeping the same roster and they looked really good. So.
Yeah. But we both had the ISU and DSU as the top.
And then I again had us third and you had us fourth, but DSU fourth for me and third for you.
obviously the big shocker on this list, though, I think out of all of them is SDSMT.
Yeah, SDSMT definitely rose. I do think part of that is NDSU JV and us being worse than them does help a lot, and then ISU sort of, I'd say, end of the season problems, whatever they were, may have contributed to them having a better series against ISU. But yeah, overall, SDSMT does look pretty good. Definitely can have a chance to win it all. But yeah, I think actually, like, I want to think about it in when we're going into the season. Does third to you sound that insane when we were going in?
When we're going in,
because I mean, to be fair, we essentially had 4 Emerald players and a Diamond player. They all had peaked Emerald or Diamond.
Yeah, I think the only difference in why it feels like 4 in hindsight is a better guess is just the fact that it is such a new team in comparison to DSU, which
is pretty much the same team.
Pretty much the same team. Same with NDSU and even same with ISU, just with slightly better players.
Well,
all of those.
It was the same players. They just got better.
All of ISU?
I do believe so. It might have been one, but
I think they switched up one. Anyways,
yeah.
Very, if not the same, very similar rosters versus but we had 4 brand new players.
Yeah, but
they've played on teams together, but not these 5 pieces.
Yes. 3 people had come up from the same JV team, and we had the same varsity top laner, and we had JV2 jungler come up.
Yeah.
I guess I just had a bit more faith that I think specifically that mid AD would be looking a lot better.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I would expect Kelpo, Preston, to put up a fight against, Chanter, Dragon Slayer, maybe not Momo. I know Momo really good. But I think the most telling game of all was the SSMT series, where it was like, it is a gold, it is a diamond support, but it's a gold 80 carry, and it just felt disappointing that we weren't able to win that lane because of that. Right. So
yeah, definitely fair. We definitely had very high hopes and expectations, and I think that's something that we could probably get into next week is like player rankings throughout this season.
Player rankings will be. We can do player rankings.
Yeah, I think that'd be really good because I definitely not.
It's a lot more competitive this season, I'd say.
It is. It is much more competitive.
And we can also do it where it's player rankings. We can rank the 4 LAN teams essentially.
Yeah.
So instead of doing all of CCL, we can do the 4 LAN teams.
Yeah.
But yeah,
we do have some games coming up because now is the time for playoffs. These are the games that are going to decide who makes it to the LAN.
Yes. So
if you win 2-0, 2-1, you make it in.
If you win your best of 3, you make it in. Yeah.
You make it in.
But so because there are 7 teams and 4 spots, DSU does get the bye straight into LAN that they host, of course. But
absolutely.
Looking at the first 2 series, I think we're very cut and dry.
Yeah.
NDSU versus USD should be a very big stomp. SCSMT versus Augustana should be a very big stomp in SCSMT.
Hey, I mean, USD, they could do you guys forfeit. They could do that again. They've done it to the best team.
It's Joe. They have the cheese touch.
They have the cheese touch.
But yeah, no. NDSU definitely has a lot more flexibility.
NDSU will 2-0. SDSMT will 2-0. And then we have the first real series.
Yeah, I mean,
first and only series of
that feels like it could go either way.
Yeah.
Obviously, I think if you were outsider, it does feel like NDSU JV should have the advantage that we just played last week. Or I guess we will play 2 weeks. So there would
We're going to be playing soon.
So we played NDSU JV, and then 2 weeks later we would play in quarterfinals.
Yeah.
So there's 2 weeks of improvement that we can make, and
improvement that they can make as well.
Yes, though I do think
we have a lot more.
There's going to be a lot more noticeable improvement from us as opposed to them.
Yeah.
So that's something I have us winning 2-1. Obviously, I have faith in the team itself now that I'm on it that we can pull it off. I think if we played like we did, these last few days in scrims, we can definitely do it. We've been playing teams on their rank level, so I have no reason to believe that we can't. Though, if NDSU JV won, I wouldn't be holistically surprised, and if someone told me that they were going to win, like you are about to right now.
Well, I was gonna get into that, but yeah. So I have NDSU JV winning 2-1. I think
at worst, I would like it to be an entertaining series because we haven't had one yet. So
it's yeah. I think all season.
Like all season, we haven't had one. It's only been 2-0s.
Yeah.
Like the ISU NDSU series were complete stomps. SGS&T was a complete stomp.
Yeah.
DSU had some moments here and there, but still felt convincing. And then NDSU JV, yeah, pretty one-sided as well.
Yeah. So I think I think I would even be safe to say NDSU
2-0.
JV 2-0. I think there's a.
I understand why.
Yeah.
It just happened.
Yeah. Historically, it's going to be now with switch in the support, even another new piece.
Yeah.
And that was something that was.
So the rank is now even, as opposed to in our favor. One interesting thing is that it cleared up, or not cleared up. There was just less comms now, right? So Ben would talk a lot more than Noah, which in some ways is good, some ways can be bad. But in a good way, I'd say, is it allows myself and Isaac and Preston to have a little bit more room to insert what we want in. And it's not that, I don't even want to say that, like, I'm not trying to slight Ben, that he has bad ideas or whatever. But sometimes it does help having quieter players here and there.
Mm-hmm. As long as you have someone who can speak the plan very clearly, it can be helpful.
It can be helpful.
But
sometimes having too many voices can be a negative thing.
That is something that...
I'm sure you can go back in comms and find points where it was a bit too chaotic. You can definitely see that with JV, by the way.
I was gonna mention it, but then I decided to do this instead. But
we have nothing else for CCL.
That is CCL because that's going to be very exciting. But at Nebraska, we have an exciting announcement. If you want to make it Mr. Game Manager.
Yeah. So we at Nebraska Esports, are hosting our first ever 1v1 tournament in person, all in person.
Oh.
So a few things you might want to know. Date is on May 3rd in Anderson Hall.
That's right here. That's in this room.
Literally right here.
You can see this.
You could sit where Patrick's sitting.
No, I'll be sitting.
Well,
you'll be standing.
I'll be standing. I'll be
behind
standing
the J desk.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
So, but you could be.
You'll be standing here. Actually.
You could. Oh, I don't think you want to. I don't think you want to be in that spot. You might lose the 1v1.
You might lose the 1v1.
True.
But
you would certainly go down 6-2.
But it's gonna be really good. It's gonna be right here.
Doors open at noon. Tournament starts at 1. As I said, if you are playing, you do have to be in person. It will be streamed on Twitch on Twitch.tv Nebraska Esports. That's where our games will be streamed on Monday as well.
Yeah.
All ranks are accepted. There's going to be two brackets.
Very welcome. We want.
I beg you, if you are an Iron, there's already Iron and Bronze players signed up.
And those are the best 1v1s.
They're going to be fun. Another good thing to mention, there's going to be a high elo and a low elo bracket, especially because we are double-digit signups at this point. So we're already getting to the point where it makes sense to have 2 brackets.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're lower rank, you can win.
You're going to have a good time. You can play the random stuff.
And it's open to everyone. So students, non-students, high schoolers, alumni. We have some alumni and high schoolers signed up. Shout out Alex. Jake, if you're watching, which you aren't, you should sign up.
Oh, he's got to be watching. We got to send him a clip of this moment.
Yes.
Jake,
make this a YouTube short.
Don't. It's also going to be a fearless draft.
Yes. So the way it works is like, if we're 1v1, right?
Okay.
If I pick Ezreal, right? I can't pick Ezreal for the rest of the tournament, but you can pick Ezreal next game or the next series.
Right.
And then if I win and I go against Jay and Jay played, I don't know, Jin or whatever, I still can play Jin against Jay. But
it's fearless for
myself
what I'm playing.
And myself only.
Yeah.
So once I pick Ezreal, I cannot pick it for the rest of the tournament, but everyone else can until they play it. So
yeah. I mean, it's gonna make for hopefully very exciting 1v1s. Entertaining.
There's going to be some strategy hopefully behind, especially like some of the higher elo players with better champion pools.
I think that's going to be the part that
I do think, like obviously Isaac, if you're watching, this is partly it's a way to sort of make you not just blind pick Darius every game.
You don't need to beat up everyone. It's okay.
Yeah, we want some variety. We want some strategy. We want some funny int type of champions.
I want someone to win with Janna. That's not going to happen. But
Yumi
like,
would be harder.
how funny would that be? That'd be good.
Interesting thing, I think I've decided at this point we're going to do SR over ARAM.
Oh, okay.
So this is a talk I had with some of our
so you come back?
Yes, but not actually the first and main reason why. And so ARAM, blind pick, you still get the champion buffs and debuffs. So I was talking with Alex specifically, and he was like, you know, if I want to play Ziggs, I'm doing 20% less damage. I'm taking 20% more damage, and in a 1v1 specifically, like
kind of rough.
The reason why Ziggs is nerfed is because his poke is really good. It's all AoE, but in a 1v1 that doesn't really matter as much. Right. So SR will help remove that sort of team fight favored type of champions and make them a little bit better. Yeah. Well, making sure that, because like LeBlanc, if you're an ARAM Andy like I am, you know that LeBlanc does like 18% bonus damage, and that is a lot of damage. So yeah, it would be essentially a meta of assassins, some more like skirmishy melees as well, which we want to prevent, and then the backing will help as well, just making sure that players have a little bit more options when it comes to champions, and you don't mess with their main champion pool as well. So
that'll be really exciting. And the part that I'm most excited for,
I know what you're excited for.
It's going to be free food, free drinks. That's what I'm most excited for.
Well, Patrick, I don't know if you're going to finish your pizza slice.
Well, okay, yeah, it might take me hours, but I will.
Hours, but like days.
Okay, I can eat pizza. I can eat pizza. If we're
you can't eat a burger.
Okay. That is a story for another time. Of the multi.
Yeah, can we have like a story? Can we like have a fireplace up there and we do story time?
We could do that. Yep. Actually, that sounds like a good idea. But yeah, no, there's gonna be free food, drinks. So definitely invite people to be in the tournament.
If you play League of Legends, or
please come.
Please just sign up. The link's gonna be in the description, along with
prank your friends to join.
Yep. Don't need to be a student. Can be anything. The only requirement is that you have to come in person on May 3rd. It's a one-day tournament, so you don't need to do anything else. It's a Saturday as well, so you don't need to go away from school, or maybe you have to get work off. But
yeah, it's May 3rd. You got time.
Yeah,
it's
not May 4th, so Darth Vader won't come after you. Yeah. But
be there or be square.
Or be square.
It's gonna be 3 setups.
Yeah, 3 different setups.
It's gonna be main setup that we're gonna do is gonna be casted. On twitch.tv/varsity sports.
That's where you're going to also watch our playoff game versus
NDSU JV on Monday. On the date that in 3 days. In 3 days, if you are watching this when it comes out.
Yeah. So I hope you guys are excited for that. I hope you guys are ready for this, because.
Oh, this is true.
Okay, no, I said 7:30-ish.
Yeah.
I specifically.
And then what? It was like 7:35.
It was 7:30, like 3.
Ooh. Hold on, what time?
7:30 was the call. You said you would be here.
I said that 7:30.
Well, what time did you say that he was here though?
Let's check.
That's crazy.
Well, you were late.
7:34.
Okay, it's 4 minutes late.
I said ish.
We are 4 minutes behind what we should be.
Are we?
We're way farther behind that.
I am barely. Oh gosh.
I would like to say that there was a time where Ryan specifically, this was a Ryan idea and not a student idea, of renting at a movie theater and watching the Minecraft movie for Nebraska Sports.
It would have been kind of funny.
It would have been kind of funny. However,
Flint and Steel.
Myself, Z, Jaden, Brody, all were like,
No.
no, we know the movie's gonna be bad.
That's the whole point.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's doing great.
Still a good
Well, it's doing great, but it also is bad.
It is a bad movie.
Hey.
Maybe. Have you seen it yet?
No, it's just a bad movie.
It's a good movie. Flint and Steel.
I'm actually gonna go insane with the chicken jockey movies.
Oh.
Chicken jockey.
But I know there's another Big Ten school doing it. I'm trying to remember who, but there's some Big Ten school rented in the movie theater and they're watching it. You know, I hope they had fun.
They probably did. It seemed like a lot of fun. Just like this episode of Cornhusker Cooldown. Thank you guys so much for watching. We have games coming up. We have the 1v1 tournament, so make sure you sign up. Link is in the description. And we'll hope to see you next time. Thank you.
Bye.